With these displaced populations, you have the inhabitants seeing them as different, worrying at the same time about their own socioeconomic status. Recall, as their wages are dropping, so if you need somebody to blame, why not blame the new guy?
Increasingly, you have countries that are governing from a sense of fear and from a perspective of being the loser. Trump is unique in the fact that he actually ran on a campaign of fear. And fear divides people, and fear makes it easier to create concepts of us versus them and to manipulate those things. This is what Hitler did in the 1930s, and to a certain extent, this is what the militarists did in Japan. And it also means that when they create national goals for themselves, it makes them very much less likely to compromise or to negotiate. In particular, in the case of China, for example, in the South China Sea. If everybody feels that they're the victim, that they're the one who has suffered the most, then nobody wants to make concessions.
Hoorah! Putin definitely is a nationalist. He wants to make Russia great. There are elements within the Russian population that will look back at their history and think, we were great once upon a time, we can be great again.
We're going to war in the South China Sea in 5 to 10 years, aren't we? There's no doubt about it.
And I think the South China Sea is one place where it could happen. If there was some kind of major incident, this is something that could very quickly spiral out of control if calmer, wiser heads don't prevail.
So Trump's sort of boorish behavior could be a way of trying to get China or Chinese leaders to moderate their behavior with regard to their military role in the world and also their economic role. This is the dangerous side of brinkmanship, is that if both parties that are involved in it are playing the same game, then the two sides can race toward one another and you can have a collision.
One thing that we have today that we didn't have in the 1930s is much stronger international organizations. These days we have lessons that were learned by the fact that World War II happened. That's one reason why we created the post-war world order built around political and economic stability. And we still have those, and they may be shaken, but they aren't gone yet. We're still dealing today with all the same issues that we dealt with 20, 30, 50 years ago. It's how we deal with them and the kind of people that we have in charge of dealing with them that determine war or peace.